Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to David Ornstein from The Athletic, Manchester United have made an offer to sign Christen Eriksen. Christen Eriksen's contract at Brentford expires at the end of this month. Revert back to the other week, Manchester United sent scouts to watch Christen Eriksen. Man United are interested in signing Eriksen on a free transfer. Christen Eriksen joined Brentford back in January. When he joined Brentford, he signed a 6-month contract. Brentford got him from Inter Milan. Before Christen Eriksen played for Tottenham, he was a long-serving player at Tottenham, and before Tottenham he played for Ajax. Christen Eriksen is an attacking midfielder. Now I want to give you some news on Vitina. So according to reports in Portugal, Man United most interested in triggering Vitinia's 34 million release clause. Vitina could be heading back to the Premier League with Manchester United. Vitina plays for Porto. He's got a contract with Porto until 2024. Last season, Vitina had a loan spell with Wolves. You know the news regarding Frenkie de Jong. Barcelona have dropped their asking price to 70 million for Frenkie de Jong. Man United have already had a bid of 60 million turned down by Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong. Barcelona have already accepted that Frenkie de Jong will be leaving. Man United hope to sign Frenkie de Jong ahead of the pre-season tour to Asia and Australia. Erik ten Hag wants Man United to complete the Frenkie de Jong deal by the end of this week. You know, Frenkie de Jong could be Erik ten Hag's first signing at Manchester United. Frenkie de Jong is a versatile midfielder. He's been at Barcelona since 2019. He's got a contract with Barcelona until 2026. Barcelona got him from Ajax. Barcelona paid around £65 million. There's a lot of players though that Erik ten Hag wants to recommend to the club. You know, his transfer budget has already been revealed. On the other side of things, Ten Hag wants to get rid of a lot of players. Said 10 or 11 players are set to leave Manchester United. There's a lot of players that are leaving Man United on free transfers this summer. Nemanja Matic has officially left the club. Roma have announced the signing of Matic. So Matic is now reuniting with Jose Mourinho. Paul Pogba, he's leaving on a free transfer when his contract expires at the end of this month. Not so long ago, Man United confirmed Jesse Lingard will be leaving. You know, Lingard was part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy, but most of the time he was classified as a squad player because he didn't really get in the team. At one point, Lingard endured a 4-month loan spell with West Ham. Juan Mata, He's leaving on a free transfer. I heard he could be joining another Premier League club after his departure from Manchester United. Juan Mata was a long-serving player at Man United. He endured 8 years at the club. Edison Cavani, he's already left Manchester United. Cavani did lose his place in the Man United team when Man United re-signed Cristiano Ronaldo in the summer of last year. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Not so long ago, Lee Grant retired. Axel Tuanzebe and Eric Bailly are set to leave Man United this summer. So there you go. And I think Dean Henderson, he's on his way out of the football club. Henderson is Man United's second choice goalkeeper. Last season, Dean Henderson only made 3 appearances. Alex Telles, he's also on his way out of the club. He's been poor now for the last few months. Revert back to when we had Rangnick, Telles appeared to be our first choice left back. That's only because Luke Shaw wasn't available. Phil Jones, he's also on his way out of the club. Phil Jones, he's not one of Man United's first choice centre-halves, he's a backup centre-half. Jones has made 3 or 4 Premier League appearances since January 2020. At one point he was out of an knee injury for a while. Jones has endured 11 years at Manchester United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. His contract at Man United expires next year. Harry Maguire, he's also going to be leaving the club. By the way, Harry Maguire is set for talks with Erik ten Hag over the Man United captaincy. Throughout the course of last season, the vast majority of Manchester United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire because Maguire's not a leader. The other week it said David De Gea was the leading contender to replace Harry Maguire as Man United captain. Not so long ago, David De Gea won the Players' Player of the Year award for the 21-22 season. De Gea was sensational last season. He is regarded as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. We revert back to Maguire. Man United overpaid for him. Man United got him for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive sign at the club. Maguire's been at Man United for around 3 years now. He's had quite a few injuries since he came to the club. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's also on his way out of the club as well. Not so long ago it said Man United are offering Aaron Wan-Bissaka to clubs. At least one club are in for him. I'm hearing that Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be making a return to Crystal Palace. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was not our first choice right back under Rangnick. Diego Dalot was. Most of the time Bissaka is good, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. Man United got Aaron Wan-Bissaka in a deal worth 50 million, got him back in the summer of 2019. Martial, he's on his way out of the club. Man United looking to get rid of him permanently. Last season Martial had a loan spell with Sevilla. Next year I'm expecting players to leave Man United. I think there's a good chance Lindelof will leave next year. Fred could be on his way out of the club next year. Marcus Rashford, he could also leave next year if he doesn't pick up form and he doesn't stop getting injuries. Throughout the course of last season, Rashford was subjected to a lot of transfer speculation. Not so long ago, Rashford rejected a move to Tottenham. Rashford missed the final game against Crystal Palace last season with illness. Rashford is a good player overall, but he hasn't been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. He missed the first 2 months of last season with that, shoulder problem. But Rashford won't leave this year because Rashford's already said he wants to stay at Manchester United. His contract at the club expires next year. He has been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy and that he's been a United player since the age of 7 and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. Luke Shaw, he's another one that could be leaving Man United next year. I'll say the same thing as I just said regarding Rashford. If Luke Shaw doesn't pick up form and he doesn't stop getting injuries, I think he'll leave. Revert back to earlier on this year, Luke Shaw came out and said that he prefers playing for England than Manchester United. Shaw was poor last season, there again he had injuries. The best season I think Shaw's enjoyed at Man United was the season before last. Shaw's been at Man United around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Shaw's contract at the club expires next year. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's another one who could leave next year. He won't leave this year, Ronaldo, because Ronaldo's already said he wants to stay at Man United, and Erik Ten Hag wants him to stay. Ronaldo want to play under Ten Hag. But next year, Ronaldo's contract at the club expires, but there is an option to extend for a further year. Ronaldo's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He earns 480 grand a week. Not so long ago, Ronaldo won the Goal of the Season award and he got named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year. Ronaldo missed Man United's final game against Crystal Palace last season because he picked up a hip injury. Man United re-signed Ronaldo in the summer of last year from Juventus. Since Ronaldo re-signed, he's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He has 24 goals in all competitions. Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. So there you go. But Erik Ten Hag, he is Manchester United's manager. Revert back to earlier on this year, it got officially announced that Erik Ten Hag got appointed in as the new Man United manager. Erik Ten Hag replaced Ralf Rangnick. When Ten Hag got appointed in, he signed a 3-year contract with an option to extend for the further year. Ten Hag did attend Manchester United's final game against Crystal Palace at the end of last season. Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Mitchell van der Gag and Steve McLaren are working alongside Ten Hag. It's good that Ten Hag is experiencing the Premier League. Hopefully at Man United he can replicate what he did at Ajax. Let me put into the equation that none of this squad is Ten Hag. Ten Hag is inheriting players who other managers have brought in. Just like Rangnick was, none of this squad was his. He was inheriting players who other managers had brought in. Not so long ago, Ralf Rangnick left Manchester United. So reflecting on that, Rangnick will not take up the consultancy role at Man United. Earlier on this year, it got officially announced that Ralf Rangnick got appointed in as the new manager of Austria. Rangnick signed a 2-year deal. Ralf Rangnick was Manchester United's interim manager for around 5 months. Rangnick enjoyed one transfer window at Man United and unfortunately didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. At one point, Ralf Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Last season, Man United endured their worst ever Premier League season. In terms of points, Man United finished on just 58 points. And last season, Man United finished 6th. Man United lost their final game against Crystal Palace, but despite that, Man United are in the Europa League for the upcoming season. As things stand, Man United have not won a trophy for 5 years. Man United have only won, 4 trophies in the last 10 years. Man United won 3 trophies under Mourinho. That was the Europa League, the EFL Cup and the Community Shield. If you want to put that into the equation, Man United won the FA Cup under Van Gaal. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. That's almost 10 years ago now. And in the last 10 years or so, Man United have spent over £1 billion. We must have brought over 40 players in since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. Like I've said to you already, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. We've got to get the Glazers out of Man United, because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. United fans have been protesting against the Glazers now for a long time, and the protesting will persist until the Glazers are out of the club. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 17 years. They bought the club for $500 million back in 2005. Woodward, he was one of the biggest issues, when he was at the club. Woodward was Man United's chairman for around 17 years. He left, was it earlier on this year or last year? So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.